Dr. Erica Jones here. I just hopped on live tonight to just give a quick recap telling you how I became a family medicine physician and what it actually took for me to become a family medicine physician. I have gotten on live, a few times, and y'all have been very welcoming. So I said, well, let me jump on here tonight because tomorrow we have a special guest by the name of Lish Blaine. Yes, yes, yes. So tonight it's just gonna be me, and I'm really just gonna talk about what it took for me to become a family medicine physician, right? So I'm not sure how many people know, but I am an MD, which means I have a doctorate in medicine. So when I say I am a physician, that is the type of physician. There are other physicians who do have a DO behind their names, but me, call me Dr. Erica R. Jones, MD. So I am a board certified family medicine physician, and being board certified also comes with a set of rules and requirements when it comes to meeting those standards. But tonight, I'm really just going to talk about the pathway when you start considering becoming a family medicine physician. So first I'm going to talk about the pathway that I took to become a doctor. So I actually took some classes in high school. I went to a high school that allowed us to go and visit certain hospitals and offices once we had finished our curriculum work. So I was in some of the advanced classes and I finished a lot of my curriculum work, and I was actually able to go out in the community and start, shadowing different physicians. I shadowed athletic trainers. I shadowed a GYN doctor. It's important to be able to see the things that you think that you want to be. So for me, being able to shadow a trainer, being able to shadow a physician in high school actually helped me a lot. So once I finished high school and went to college, I took a lot of different science courses. I actually changed my major a couple of times. For the people who know me, they know. And it really doesn't necessarily matter what you major in when you're trying to get into med school, as long as you have your prerequisites. So, hi, Frankie. Thank you. Thank you. So, the key to getting your prerequisites is actually figuring out, what your prerequisites are going to be. So I'm going to tell you about a site. It's called the aamc.org. So it has all things related to, applying to medical school and preparing for medical school. There's actually a guide on there. So aamc.org. If you look, there's a 2024 official guide to medical school admissions. So you have to get familiar with this website. There's a lot of different resources that are on there. So just briefly, when you go there, you can actually download the guide, and the guide will tell you, how to use it. Let me see how many. I have it pulled up right here. It's very extensive. It's like hundreds of pages. I think it's 141 pages in this official guide to medical school admissions. So if that tells you anything, it lets you know that this is an extensive process. One thing I will say, if you have a child that's looking forward to going to medical school or interested, make sure you start saving your money now, because the application process can get quite pricey. Other things that you have to do in the process, of course, outside of submitting transcripts, you have to get letters of recommendations for just to, get into med school. What else you got to do? The MCAT. You know what? The MCAT costs money. Yes. So when I say save your money to help your child along the way, or, someone that's in your family that you know that might be trying to go to med school, make sure you try to put something aside for them, because this can start to be, a very pricey process. So we talked about the MCAT. You know, it getting into medical school is one thing, right? So once you get in, you actually have to be sure that you finish. Once you finish med school, guess what you have to do? Now, everybody doesn't go to residency, but if you're going to practice, in certain specialties like family medicine, then you're going to need to go to a residency program. My residency program, so med school for me was 4 years, right? And while you're in, med school, you still have to take, standardized tests, right? And once you get past those standardized tests, they call those steps. So once you get past those standardized tests, then you go to residency. And in order to go to residency, you have to go through a whole nother application process. Guess what you need? Money. Guess what else you need? Letters of recommendations. Guess what else you need? Time. Patience. It is a process. I tell anybody, if you know someone who is looking forward to going to medical school, make sure you're there to support them, even just for moral support, because sometimes just waiting to find out if you got into med school is one thing. Waiting to find out how you did on your standardized tests, that's another thing. Then once you're finished with med school, seeing what residency program you're matched into, that's a whole nother process. Y'all, it is not easy. I'm here to tell you it's not easy. So when you say, Dr. Jones, I just want you to understand that there has been a lot of sacrifice. It's taken a lot for me to get to where I am. Not just a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of prayers. My mom had a friend that she used to work with that would literally call and pray and fast with me before my big exams, That really meant a lot to me as I was going through my process. So it's just important to know that when you're taking on like a big endeavor, like med school, you need to have your prayer warriors. You need to have your support circle. People that you can call when you feel like you're struggling. People that you can call when you feel like you need advice. It would be really, really cool if you could have like a mentor or a sponsor lined up that would really, really help you with certain scenarios that you just may not know how to deal with going through the process of, undergrad, med school, and residency. It's important that you have that support system outside of just being able to get through, the different standardized tests. You need a support system. You also need to know who's going to write these different letters of recommendations for you. You're always going to need letters of recommendations and references. So it's important that you just build strong relationships with people and that you seek out people who are really aligned with your beliefs and with your values, and people who are going to help you out. Because getting through medical school and residency is no easy feat, y'all. Passing that MCAT before I even got into medical school, whew, that was a challenge for me. There are going to be a lot of challenges along the way, but I want you to make sure that you stay encouraged. Find you different resources. Find different resources that you can rely on when you know that you're going to be going through a tough time. So as I wrap up this live, I just want to let y'all know the process wasn't easy. 4 years of undergrad, 4 years of med school, 3 years of residency, lots of standardized tests, lots of money, lots of time, lots of tears, lots of sacrifice. But thank God I am here, and you can call me Dr. Jones. Thank y'all so much for your time. I just want to stop in and just let you know everything that it took. That's not everything, but it's real surface level. So let me know if you feel like you want me to go into more details. But I will see you all tomorrow. We are going to be talking to radio host Lish Blaine. Y'all come tap in tomorrow, 8:30 p.m.